Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Indianapolis for race number 17 of the Part-Timer Series. We are here for 16 laps of racing. This is the Indianapolis Colts 200 as sports teams continue to sponsor the Part-Timers race. On the pole and in fifth in points is Eric Powers. On beside him is Philip Tringali, who will be driving the number 98 Ford for Go Fast Racing next season, unknown if he'll be full-time or part-time. In row 2, we have Chris Carando and last week's winner, Sean Harple. Row 3 is Connor Breen and Dion Scott. Row 4, Nicholas Samudio and Cameron Gaddu. And in row 5, we have Brenda Rogers and Jordan Newman. Points leader Sam Rogers going to start 20th, and in second in points, 1 point behind him, Robert Rogers starting in 12th. This should be a very interesting race here today. And we'll see. These guys won't have to pit, I believe. They will not, I'm sure. I think. I'll have to check the gas thing. But the Cup drivers, I'm sure, will. They have a 32-lap race on their way. As the pace car begins to move out, and we will see you guys for the green flag in a bit. The pace car makes its way to go down pit road. See if we have a caution-free race here. Hebronham part-timer drivers on the front row. Let's see if both of them will maybe make it to the Cup race. Green flag is out. The Indianapolis Colts 200 is on their way. It's Eric Powers, Chris Carando making quick work here. As they get up to speed, Carando already trying to get to work on Eric Powers. You see that bump there on the back stretch. And Carando is there looking. As everybody is too wide behind him. And now Carando looks down low. Carando will have to pull back in line. Connor Breton, Nicholas Samudio. Samudio started in 8th, and he stuck the outside line, I guess, because he's up to 4th. And now him and Connor Breton are going to move by for 2nd and 3rd place. So Carando moved up to 2nd, but is now fallen to 4th as Connor Breton and Nicholas Samudio have driven by. Samudio has in good point standing. He's 8th in points. Connor Breton is in 4th or 3rd, I believe. As now Samudio looking to go by Connor Breton. But you can't always get a good pass coming off of turn 4. As Eric Powers is driving away. Eric Powers going to be driving the number 65 for Raging Ferrets Motorsports next season. And he would love to finish the part-timer series well so he can run full-time. Son Mason Powers, who is currently, he was 10th at the line, but he is falling back more. He is not that well in the points, and he has to do very good, and it's looking like he will not be a full-timer next season. He'll be driving the 46 for H. Scott next season, I believe it is, the team there. Some drivers not returning next season, such as Andrew Rich, Jordan Newman, Ryan Kesey, Danny Vaughn, and Dion Scott. Even though he won that Cup race, he did not re-sign to get a ride, and he will therefore not be racing next season. Top 3, Philip Tringali moving up back to 3rd. Samudio in 2nd. Eric Harala trying to make his way up through the field. Connor Breton still behind in 5th place as now he looks out below. But he will duck out behind. We are a quarter of the way through today's event. As Eric Powers continues, and let's hit the TV2 to crank it up. They head down the back straightaway. Philip Tringali looking to maybe try to get by the 36. Nicholas Samudio trying to do his best. The best shot he has at becoming a full-time driver next season is finishing in the top 10 in points, as those are going to be the drivers that will be looked at. And so he would love to have Hendricks, number 88, running full-time for Rookie of the Season next year, as Logan Scott will be retiring. Danny Vaughn passing by Dion Scott for 7th place, as Carando has fallen off since starting 3rd. He is back to 9th. Top 4 separating themselves from 5th, as Philip Tringali is looking again on the exit of turn 4, but you just get such a good run. And now Connor Breton will look to get 3rd from Philip Tringali. As, they almost make contact there, and now Connor Breton will pass Philip Tringali. We had some scary wrecks here last season. Austin Allis was in one of those. And also Allison Rogers coming out of turn 2. Austin Allis' wreck was in between turns 3 and 4. 3 wide coming out of turn 3 is not recommended. So Eric Powers continues to lead. We'll take a quick break and be back for more action shortly. So we are back. Nothing much has changed. You can see the top 8 drivers with the best chances. Now Connor Breton got by Philip Tringali, and now he's looking for 2nd on Nicholas Samudio as they are side by side going down the back straightaway. And just heads up, we checked to see the pit strategy thing, and it's 40 laps for fuel on a regular, as they are now 2 by 2, and Eric Powers pulls away. So 20 laps, they might pit, they might not, but they're probably going to end up stretching it. Now Connor Breton by for 2nd, Philip Tringali going to come back for 3rd, but now Philip Tringali is going to take 2nd, and he's going to bring Cameron Gaddu with him here possibly to take 3rd. As now Philip Tringali and Henry Cavanaugh have cracked up into the race for the lead here, as Chris Carando's car has fallen off. Eric Powers pulls away. Philip Tringali trying to hang on. And 2nd to 10th has become a bit of a pack here, as we have 7 laps to go. But Eric Powers pulling away as they side by side. Now Philip Tringali in the 2nd, Cameron Gaddu in the 3rd. Dion Scott up to 4th, Nicholas Samudio up to 5th, and Henry Cavanaugh in 6th looking for more, as they are all single file behind them. And here's Ryan Kesey and some others back here. Samuel York has done terrible this season, and he will be a part-timer next season as well. But some big separation here. But all this pack racing is making things interesting. Cameron Gaddu going to be up to 2nd place here, as Dion Scott looking for 3rd. But Henry Cavanaugh is going to take that spot away from him. Connor Breton up here. Connor Breton going to be driving that number 29 ride for RCR next season. And he's in good standing in points. He would love to be a full-timer next season. As Danny Vaughn moving up to 5th. Some other drivers here having to back off. So Nicholas Samudio falling off a bit now, as 11th to 13th is caught back up to this pack here. These guys are drafting their way back up to catch Eric Powers, as we have 5 laps to go. And if they just stick to working their way drafting back up to him, they would have a good shot of winning this race. Henry Cavanaugh in 3rd, Connor Breton in 4th. So these 3 doing a pretty good job right now. Henry Cavanaugh trying to take away second from Cameron Gaddu. That's just going to make him side by side with Connor Breton here going into turn 1. Danny Vaughn gets loose there, catching up to Connor Breton. Now Henry Cavanaugh trying to get by Cameron Gaddu. Yet again, they have caught up to Eric Powers. Now heading into turn 3, Henry Cavanaugh will look for second place. Cameron Gaddu will lose it. Connor Breton now taking third. He had to back out, and now he'll come up in front of Cameron Gaddu, who gets a bit more of a run, and Cameron Gaddu might try to switch on him, and here he comes with the switch move. 3 laps to go. Henry Cavanaugh cleared them, so he's going to try to hunt down the 19 of Eric Powers. And Connor Breton almost got turned by Cameron Gaddu there. I saw him in the grass, and my thoughts went immediately, not good at all. We would have had a big wreck there. But now the 83 getting drafted by the 62. 62 probably going to try to set him up. As Nicholas Samudio has fallen off way now. He is all the way back in 18th. He has lost a lot. Same with Corando. 2 laps to go for Eric Powers. Can he hold off Henry Cavanaugh? Eric Powers started from the pole, and he has led every lap since then. Connor Breton sticking it in third. So these could be our top 3. But the battle for the race lead is upon us here. As they head down the back straight. Henry Cavanaugh not going to be returning next season. So he's going for everything he can here. And now he's looking, but turn 4 is not the turn to look for the lead, as he had to back out a bit there. White flag in the air for Eric Powers. 1 more lap to go in the Indianapolis Colts 200. And Cavanaugh might have cost himself a chance at the win there, trying to go into turn 1. Remember, Cavanaugh has missed 4 races this season after his huge airborne flipping crash at Talladega, which Daniel Carneiro had a more crazy barrel rolling crash that knocked him out of the series for a career-ending injury, but not a death injury. As we go into the final turn, Henry Cavanaugh looking, trying to keep speed as we come down the front straightaway. Eric Powers is going to win the Indianapolis Colts 200. Cavanaugh would probably have needed another lap, and he probably could have taken the victory. He will come home second. Connor Breton will come home third, and those will be the 3 in the Sunoco 400. Cameron Gaddu comes home 4th. Eric Corrala 5th. Then Danny Vaughn, Deion Scott, Sidney Vieira, Andrew Rich, and Philip Tringali comes home 10th. So we will see you for the Cup race. That will be 32 laps, and that will have 1 round of pit stops.